gorgeous.
Action.
Are mosques being torn down in China? Is religious freedom and culture being suppressed? Let's talk about that and more today. It's BeeRose in China. Let's jump right into things. So this is a mosque and I just tried to get in, but it seems like they are currently praying, so I can't. The Western media has said so many things about China suppressing Islamic culture. They have stated that mosques are being torn down, prayer halls destroyed, domes being removed, and architecture being changed from Islamic to Chinese. So what is really going on here? Today, I'm here to tell you my unbiased view. China is not suppressing Islamic culture, nor is it banning religious practices from happening. In Beijing, there are around 72 mosques. People can and do practice freely. Some mosques are being torn down and rebuilt, and the architecture is being changed to look more Chinese. But this is not a religious issue like the Western media portrays it to be. Time to eat my double milk. It's almost like the sweetness of ice cream, but it's the consistency of a watery pudding. Islamic-style mosques have only recently shown up in China, while Chinese ones have been around for over 1,000 years. Take, for example, the Niujie Mosque. It was built in 996 AD, which makes it over 1,000 years old. It's actually right over there. And inside, you can see Arabic calligraphy, but the outside is all Chinese architecture. The government wants to change the style of mosques back to Chinese to maintain tradition. I personally don't see a problem with this, as it doesn't affect the ability to worship in mosques. This is some really old and amazing tech, a sundial. You can tell the time by using the sun. How? I have no idea. So if you know, let me know in the comments. Some Western news outlets say that the dome is very important on mosques and have expressed outrage due to the fact that when the mosques have been rebuilt, they don't have them. But actually, the domes are not a necessary requirement for the ritual of prayer. Instead, they serve as a symbolic element. They symbolize the vault of heaven, and they can even help the preacher's voice resonate so it can be heard throughout the entire mosque. 我不喜欢人山人海. Do you feel like there's a lot of people here?
I think we've been waiting 15 minutes at least.
So far.
And if you want to get a char, which is the meat on the stick, it's going to take longer. Yeah, it's going to take longer, like 30 minutes.
There are 274,000 Muslim people who live in this Niujie area. But I'm not sure all these people are Muslim. I think they just like the food.
没有香味儿。
没有。
没有 gamey。没有 gamey。
没有香味儿。对的。
好吃吗？
10 out of 10. They put sesame seeds in it. It's so delicious, and the meat is so tender.
See this?
Yeah.
1865.
That's old.
好喝吗？
这个酸梅汤特别酸。没有糖。一点糖。有一点糖。Let's look at some mosques in the States. Do all of them have domes? No. Are people outraged? Also no. Let's take my hometown, for example, in New Orleans. The mosque just looks like a very normal building, but people still can go there to pray and are happy to go there to pray.
This is crazy. There's more. Look at that. Look that way.
It's called donkey roll because the outside looks like the dirt when the donkey rolls in it, which is very cute. And this has red beans inside and sticky rice, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it, but let's try. The red beans are a little too much. If they could put less red beans, it would be much better. The next thing is called Aiwawa. I have no idea what it is, but it looks like there's powdered sugar on the outside.
The inside is crazy. It's gonna blow your mind.
More red bean? I think it's red bean.
You don't like it?
Tastes like nothing. Here.
I love it. Yeah, it is sweeter than the Bilagua. But to be honest, I think this is still less sweet than American.
Way less sweet. You see the Arabic? You can see it there and back there. It's smoking. You see the egg on the outside of the pancake and the sheng cai. Private, but not that private. All right, it's time to try my Lao Gama jianbing. It's still freaking hot, but let's try. This is unlike any jianbing I've ever had because my first bite is full of Lao Gama. Usually, my problem with jianbings is that they're a little bit flavorless sometimes, and I just want some kind of spice.
Bring my chowder back.
Really? This is way better than any jianbing I've had recently.
Ooh, 这个太好吃了，太好吃了。
Now I'm gonna try the beef pancake, which is 100% halal. It says royal fried beef pie. Yo, 一点膻味儿，一点儿, but still good though. This is really dense and really dry, but the flavor is really good. The outside is not that crispy, it's more soft. It has some sesame seeds and the meat is very tender. There's no chewy bits, which I love, and no gamey flavor. So I actually prefer this, but I just wish that the outside were crispier like this pancake. Before I came to China, I thought that people couldn't practice religion freely, but actually, people do practice freely, and there are tons of mosques and churches all around. My old work building actually had a Christian church in the basement, and I stumbled upon it on Easter Day. I had to work on Easter Day, not a big deal, and I heard music. So I went downstairs and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a church here, and they were super nice and inviting. But anyways, I think the best way to know about a country is to travel there. Before I came to China, China was such a mystery to me, so I hope that with these videos I can help you to unravel the mystery alongside me, because China is truly a fascinating place and the media doesn't always tell the truth. When we see things on TV or online, we should take a step back and ask ourselves what's really going on, try to get an unbiased view of things. Well, anyways, that's all for today. I'm gonna finish my pancake and I'll see you guys next week. All right, bye, peace out.